Hello, I'm your friend Teacher Sam. Today, we're going to unlock the art of striking up a conversation with a stranger in English. Imagine this, you're at a networking event, navigating a foreign city, or just looking to make a new friend. In these situations, a friendly chat can open doors and create lasting connections. It's about more than just words, it's about building bridges. So, are you ready to become a master conversationalist? Great, let's dive right in. The first step in starting a conversation is confidence. Confidence is like the spark that ignites the fire of conversation. It's the silent message that says, hey, I'm approachable and I'm interested in what you have to say. Confidence doesn't mean you have to be the loudest in the room, rather it's about how you carry yourself, your body language, and the tone of your voice. Your body language should project openness and interest. Avoid crossing your arms or looking down, instead maintain an upright posture, make eye contact, and smile. Your tone of voice, too, plays a crucial role. It should be clear, friendly, and not overly loud or too soft. This communicates respect and interest in the other person. Gaining confidence might seem daunting, but it's easier than you think. Practice in front of a mirror, or better yet, with friends. Every bit of practice helps you become more comfortable and confident. Remember, confidence is key. Practice until it becomes second nature. Now that we're confident, we need a good opening line. These are the first words we utter to a stranger, serving as a bridge between silence and conversation. The opening line can be as simple as, hello, how's your day going? Or as specific as, that's a great book you're reading, what do you think of it so far? The key is to make it appropriate for the situation and engaging enough to pique the other person's interest. Let's look at some examples of generic opening lines suitable for different situations. If you're at a social gathering, you might say, I don't think we've met before, I'm Sam. If you're in a coffee shop, you could comment on the ambiance. This place has a great vibe, don't you think? Or if you're at a park, you could ask, do you come here often? These lines are unassuming, yet inviting, opening the door for the other person to share something about themselves. Now, the importance of context and appropriateness cannot be overstated. The opening line you choose should match the environment you're in and the person you're talking to. For instance, it wouldn't be ideal to ask someone about their favorite book at a loud concert. Similarly, discussing the weather might not be the best choice if you're indoors. To make the opening line interesting and engaging, try to incorporate an observation or a compliment. For example, I couldn't help but notice your unique style. It's really cool. Or, I've been trying to find a good book. Any recommendations? These lines show that you're observant and interested in the other person's perspective, making them more likely to engage in a conversation with you. Remember, the goal of the opening line is not to impress the other person, but to start a genuine conversation. It's about breaking the ice and making the other person feel comfortable enough to talk to you. With the right opening line, you've taken the first step in your conversation journey. Great, we've started the conversation, but how do we keep it going? You might be wondering, and rightly so. It's one thing to start a conversation, but maintaining it is another ball game altogether. So let's dive straight into some strategies to keep the conversation flowing. First up is asking open-ended questions. Now these are questions that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. They require a bit more thought and often lead to a more in-depth response. For instance, instead of asking, do you like music? Which can be answered with a mere yes or no, try something like, what kind of music are you into? This encourages the other person to share more about their tastes and preferences, thereby keeping the conversation alive. Next, show genuine interest. People love talking about their interests, hobbies, and experiences. So if you show genuine curiosity in what they're saying, they're likely to open up more. You could say something like, that sounds fascinating, could you tell me more about it? Remember, the key is to be genuinely interested and not just pretend to be. Lastly, let's talk about active listening. This is a skill that involves fully focusing on, understanding, and responding to the speaker. It's more than just hearing what they're saying. It involves acknowledging their thoughts, showing empathy, and providing thoughtful responses. For example, if someone is telling you about their recent trip to the mountains, you could respond with, wow, that must have been quite an adventure. What was your favorite part of the trip? This shows that you're not only listening, but also engaging with their story. These strategies may seem simple, but they're incredibly effective in maintaining a conversation. However, remember that it's not just about keeping the conversation going. It's also about making the other person feel heard. understood, and valued. So while you're employing these strategies, don't forget to be your authentic self. With these strategies in your toolkit, you'll be able to keep any conversation flowing smoothly. So go ahead and strike up a conversation with a stranger. You never know, it might just lead to a fascinating exchange of ideas, a hearty laugh, or even a lifelong friendship. Congratulations, you now know how to start a conversation with a stranger in English. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned today. We started by understanding the importance of confidence. Remember, it's okay to be nervous, but don't let that stop you. Confidence is key in starting any conversation, and it's something you can build up over time. It's all about believing in yourself and your ability to interact effectively with others. Next, we moved on to opening lines. We discussed how a simple hello can go a long way, but it's also important to tailor your approach based on the situation. Whether it's commenting on the weather, asking for directions, or complimenting someone, the goal is to break the ice and establish a connection. From there, we delved into how to keep the conversation going. It's about listening, showing interest, and contributing to the discussion. Ask open-ended questions, respond with thoughtful comments, and let the conversation flow naturally. Now let's not forget about the benefits of starting a conversation with a stranger. It's a great way to learn about new cultures, perspectives, and ideas. It can help you improve your communication skills, build your confidence, and even make new friends. Remember, practice makes perfect. So go out there, start conversations, and make connections. You've got this.